It's 5:45 in the morning on a cold Saturday, and it's time to go make a bad decision. What's up, everybody? My name's Matt, and welcome back to the channel. Today, as you saw, I made a mistake. It's a fun mistake, I think, but I'm sure it's probably a bad idea. Everybody tells me it's a bad idea, so they must be right. But I bought a 2004 Mazda RX8. It's sitting back there on the trailer right now. We drove 7 hours to Michigan to pick this thing up. Let me show you some clips from this morning. It was like 5 degrees at 7 a.m. when we picked up the car. I'm not going to show you everything to do with the sale. I just want to keep the owner's identity private so he doesn't, he's not worried about being on camera or anything. So yeah, let's cut to those clips, and then after that, we're going to talk about my plans with the car and everything we're going to do with it. Really excited about this. I've wanted a rotary for so freaking long. That's hilarious. It's hilarious. It just smells like a two-stroke. I love it. That's rad. Okay, everybody, it is the next morning, and without too much further ado, I'd like to show you my 2004 Mazda RX8. Pardon my voice. I apparently lost it at some point in the last few days. I had a little cold and it got the best of me. Let's check out the car. This is my 2004 Mazda RX-8, and this is my little pit bull Klaus. He's a cute guy. So I just purchased this thing a couple days ago. In traditional rotary engine fashion, the hood's up because there's something wrong with it. When I went to pick it up, it had a dead battery because I think the previous owner had forgotten to put it on a tender. So it was like 5 degrees for however many months straight. The battery is completely toast. We've tried to bring it back. It's not coming back. So I was still able to test drive it because we jump started it. It runs good, it rips, and I'll show you more videos of that once I get a better battery in it. Suffice to say, it needs a new battery. That's all the engine's up for. There's a lot more information about this car I'm going to go into in another video that will kind of explain why I bought it, but just a couple little highlights. You can see there, this engine bay is just kind of far from stock. We've got a aftermarket air intake, a nice racing battery, the Bennett built coolant tank. That back there is something called a SON adapter, or SOHN adapter. I don't know if you're supposed to say it like a word, but essentially it's a good reliability mod for an RX-8 or just any rotary, really. But I'll go into that at a later date. You can all see the catch can sitting right there. The car is sitting on a set of NK Kojin wheels. They're not my favorite, but they're a nice looking wheel. They are on really skinny tires. The previous owner told me he accidentally pressed the wrong button on Tire Rack's website. He said he had 2 sets of tires in 2 different carts, and he accidentally bought the wrong cart. There was a set that we're supposed to get 255s, which is a huge difference, obviously. But that's okay. That can be solved at a later date. I actually think I have another set of wheels that those tires can go on anyway. Coming into the interior, the seats, it's actually my only car with leather seats, which is kind of funny. The interior's not bad, but it's also not perfect. The interior of this car does not need to be perfect, though. I'm going to go into this more in another video as well with details about my plan, but I just want to bring it out and first say that this is going to be a Grid Life Club TR spec, like time attack car. Now, those of you who do actually already have experience in Club TR, you'll probably know that the RX-8 is not really a competitive car in the class. I'm not out there trying to win records and actually win anything, to be honest with you. I just want to go progress as a driver and have fun in a competition setting. I want to make friends. I want to just be in that environment, and I want to be in a position to learn more from other people and to push myself. What's my dog doing? Klaus, hey, what are you doing? Come here, come on, get out of there. Come here, come on, let's go. Where was that? Yeah, so I want to be in the environment. I want to be in a position to learn how to push myself, and I want to actually build a dedicated car for the class. I've always had this idea of building a race car in my head, an actual race car that's dedicated for a class that I don't drive on the street much. I just rip on track. And a rotary just seems like the car I want to be that car. Now, this is a third car for me, and actually it's a third sports car. So right now, because with this car in my stable, I own 3 rear-wheel drive manual sports cars, which is a little excessive. So essentially what I'm trying to get at is this car will have basically no reason to need to be practical. Even though it's the only 4-door sedan we technically have, it doesn't feel like a 4-door sedan to me. It feels like a two-door car. I mean, you can see this 4-door vehicle next to this Mustang, and there's just a huge, here actually I want to show you guys, it's kind of comical. There's a huge difference in size. The RX8 is far more practical, and it's also smaller than a Mustang. So again, I'm gonna go into the full plan in another video, but I can give you a little summary. This car is gonna get gutted from the front seats back. It's gonna get full racing interior as far as like seats, harnesses, you know, all that sort of stuff, probably a racing steering wheel, and maybe like a roll cage, all that kind of stuff. Everything I need to do to make it lighter weight and to make it competitive in the class. Now, I say competitive with air quotes because I don't think this thing's gonna make enough power to be competitive with like those K24 cars. Any K24 swapped car is just gonna make a lot more torque than this thing. I think I can get the power, like the outright horsepower, to be semi in the right, you know, close to the right range, but torque, you know, is never going to be enough to get me out of the corner as fast as like a K24, so I have to BRZ or something. But again, I don't want to get ahead of myself because I don't really care about that. I want to have fun first and foremost, and I want to progress as a driver second. And, you know, there is a competitive side of me, and, you know, if I'm there in competition and I'm able to squeak out like a top 5 finish rather than a top, you know, 10 or something someday, if I have something to work for and I'm competing against anybody in the class, I don't necessarily, basically what I'm saying is I don't necessarily have to be competing against the top guys to feel like I'm competing against someone. I just have a strong feeling there's a lot of good camaraderie and good competition at Grid Life right now, and I just want to be a part of it. My plan is kind of a 2024 Grid Life push. To try to have this car at multiple events and see if I can get in the mix of competition with this Mazda RX8. The other goal is definitely to shoot flames. So I want to shoot flames. Shooting flames is a passion of mine. It's something I've never really gotten to do beyond a terrible burble tune that was on my Mazda MX-5 for a very short period of time. That was just awful, but it did shoot flames occasionally. So anyway, a rotary that's full catless is a great place to start for shooting flames. And I also think it's a great place to start for a dedicated competition car. Yeah, so that said, thank you guys for watching this video. Leave me, you know, a like if you want. I'm not saying you have to, but I bet it would help me somehow. Comment if you have any questions. I'm always happy to kind of like answer questions and talk to people about cars. It's a good time. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out and stay shifty.